teacher. My name is Phạm and this is my student code. Today, I'm going to teach Unit 4, free time and activities. First, to review the last lesson, we are going to play a game. This is the mystery box guessing game. You are going to play in 2 teams. Okay, this side of the class will be 1 team, and this side of the class will be another team. Okay, the first team. What's the name of your team? What name?
My team is Rose.
Rose. Okay, team Rose and team
Billy.
Billy. Okay, Billy. Okay, now I will explain the rules of the game. First, you have to guess the word. Okay. For example, what word is it?
Bear.
Bear. Yes, that's right. So, you get 2 points for guessing the word correctly. Next, I will show you a box. Okay, your team has to decide.
Secret.
Okay, yes, a secret box. Your team has to decide to pass or keep the box. You don't know what is inside the box. You can get more points or you get minus points. Now let's start the game. Okay, number 1, Team Rose. What word is it?
You always.
Yes, always. Read the whole sentence.
I always go to school on Mondays.
Yes, I always go to school on Mondays. Okay, you get 2 points. Okay, do you want to pass or keep the box to your team?
Keep.
Keep, okay. Let's see what's inside the box.
Yeah!
Team gets 3 more points. Okay. Now, Team Billy. Okay. What word is it? Or what adverb of frequency is it? It starts with the letter U.
Usually.
Yes, usually. Okay. You get 2 points. Okay, now do you want to pass or keep the box?
I want pass.
Okay, pass. Okay, pass the box to Team Rose. Okay, now Team Rose, let's see what do you get. Okay, minus 3. Okay, Team Rose. This sentence, what do you choose? Sometimes or never?
I choose never.
Okay, the whole sentence.
We never bring pass to school.
Yes, it's never. Okay, never is the correct answer. Okay, you get 2 points. Now, do you want to keep or pass the box?
I want to keep
Keep
the
the
box.
box. Okay. Now let's see what's inside the box. Your team gets minus 5. Okay, now Team Mimi, it's your turn.
She rarely swim in the winter because it's too cold.
Okay, rarely. Yes, it's rarely. Okay, because it's too cold, she rarely swims in the winter. Okay, you get 2 points for the correct answer. Okay, now do you want to keep or pass the box?
I want keep.
Okay, you want to keep the box to your team? Okay. Yeah, your team gets 4 more points. Okay, now let's see who's the winning team. Okay. Team Lily is the winning team for today. Yay. Now let's start our lesson. We are going to learn about Unit 4, free time and festivals. First, I'll review adverb tenses. Okay, you have 5 minutes to do this task. One sometimes yes, two usually yes, three never. Okay, good job. Number 4, yes always means always. And number 5, 1 red box and 5 white boxes mean rarely. Okay. Look at the screen to check your own answers. So for adverbs of frequency, we have 2 positions. Adverbs of frequency is after verb be, like am is are. So for example, he is often late for class. So often here is an adverb of frequency. It is after be, which is here. Next, adverbs of frequency is before the main verb. For example, he usually comes to class late. So usually is an adverb of frequency. It comes before the verb, the main verb comes. Okay. I have 2 sentences here. You please can you read 2 sentences?
Sarah is always beautiful. Sarah always is beautiful.
Okay. Which one is correct? You please.
I think number 1 is correct.
Yes, number 1 is correct. Sarah is always beautiful because always adverbs of frequency has to go after the verb be is. I have 2 other sentences. Okay, you please can you read these 2?
Number 1, Joe and Kim get up rarely at 5. Number 2, Joe and Kim rarely get up at 5.
Okay, class, which one is correct? You please.
I choose number 2.
Okay, number 2. Yes, it's correct. Joe and Kim rarely get up at 5 because you see, rarely here it comes before the main verb get up. Adverbs of frequency is to talk about how often we do things. Now I'm going to teach you how to use adverbs of frequency in sentences. First, look at the table. For subjects like I or we or they, we use with verb there, means no change to the verb. Okay, you read the example, please.
I usually play soccer on the weekends.
Okay, I usually play soccer on the weekends. So for this sentence, the structure is I or we or they plus adverb of frequency like usually, always, often, and so on, plus verb where. Okay. For I, the adverb is usually, verb where is play soccer. Now look at my finger and read aloud.
I usually play soccer.
Okay, the whole sentence.
I usually play soccer.
Okay.
We usually play soccer.
Okay, the whole sentence again.
We usually play soccer.
Okay, next.
They usually play soccer.
Okay.
We usually play soccer. I usually play soccer.
Okay, good job. Now, for subjects like he, she, it, we use verb ses, means adding s or es after the verb. You please read the example.
He sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays.
Okay, so for this structure, we have he, she, or it plus adverb plus verb s or es. So for example, here the subject is he. Okay, the adverb is sometimes. The verb is plays. Okay, so you add s after the verb plays soccer. Again, look at my finger and read aloud.
He sometimes plays soccer.
Okay, the whole sentence again.
He sometimes plays soccer. She sometimes plays soccer.
Look at the screen. This is task C in your book. Look at the table. This table shows the person's name, like Jack, Bobby, Sarah, and Amanda, what they do, and the adverbs of frequency. Okay, you write answers to all these 4 questions to do this exercise. For example, number 1, how often does Jack go shopping? You use this structure to answer. So how often does Jack go shopping? He plus adverb, and look at the boxes to know it to write the adverb. And sometimes he usually, or he never, plus verb s or es, which is goes shopping. So after go, we add es. Now you have 10 minutes to do this exercise. After that, we will play a game. Time's up, everyone. Listen. Now we will play a game. For this game, I will divide the class into 2 teams. I will divide the class into 2 teams. On this side of the class, you will be team A. On this side of the class, you are team B. Which team are you on?
Team A.
Team A, yes. I have 4 questions here. Each team, team A and team B, gets 1 question. The person in the front reads the question. Whisper it to the next person in your team. You whispered until the last person in your team hears the question. person runs to here and writes your answers. The fastest team with the correct answers will win. Now let's play.
Team A, you gotta be faster, okay? I'll check the answers.
Okay, Team A is lower than Team B, but let's check who gets the most correct answers. Okay, number 1, Jack rarely goes shopping. Yes. Okay, rarely 1 red box and 5 white box, so you use rarely. Okay, correct. Number 2, Bobby always does his homework. Okay, does. You add es after the verb because Bobby is a he. Yes, correct. Number 3, Sarah sometimes plays soccer. Okay, correct. Okay, sometimes because you see here, half red and half white. Number 4, Amanda often has barbecues. Okay, often because you have 4 red boxes and 2 white boxes. Okay, no, it's not sometimes. It's often. Okay, so the team with the most correct answers is Team A. Okay, so you are the winning team. Yay. Adverbs of frequency is also to ask people how often you do things. First, look at the screen. Listen and repeat. I'll play the audio, then I'll invite someone to repeat.
Festivals and free time. Lesson 1. Track 43. Grammar.
Listen,
and
class.
repeat. How often do you play soccer?
I usually play soccer on the weekends.
I'll play the audio one more time. Listen, then I'll call someone to repeat.
Unit 4. Festivals and free time. Lesson 1. Track 43. Grammar. Listen and repeat. How often do you play soccer?
I usually play soccer on the weekends.
Can you please repeat?
How often do you play soccer?
I.
I usually play soccer on the weekends.
Okay, good pronunciation. Okay, to ask questions, we use how often. Everyone look at the board. We have the structure, how often, do, you, we, they, plus verb there. Okay, so verb there, it means no change to the verb. Look at my finger and read aloud. How
How often,
how often
how often
do
do you play soccer?
you play soccer? Again, faster.
How often do you play soccer?
Okay, I usually play soccer on the weekends. Okay, ask me again.
How often do you play soccer?
Now I ask you answer. Okay, how often do you play soccer? You answer.
I usually play soccer on the weekends.
Okay, that's good. Now, again, look at my finger and read aloud.
How often do we play soccer?
Again,
How often do we play soccer?
we usually play soccer on the weekends. And now you answer. I ask. How often do we play soccer? You answer.
We usually play soccer on the weekends.
How often do they play soccer? Okay, class.
They usually play soccer on the weekends.
Okay, now you ask, I answer. How?
How often do they play soccer?
Okay, they usually play soccer on the weekends. He, she, it, you use this structure to ask how often does he or she or it plus verb there, then no change to the verb. Okay, again, look at my finger and read aloud.
He sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays.
Okay, how often does he play soccer? How often does he play soccer? Okay, you answer again.
He sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays.
Okay, again, faster. How often does he play soccer?
He sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays.
Okay, now you ask, I answer.
How often does he play soccer?
He sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays. Okay, next. I ask, you answer, okay? How often does she play soccer? You answer. She
Sometimes plays soccer on Saturday.
plays.
Plays.
Okay, again, faster.
She sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays.
How often does she play soccer? Whole class again.
She sometimes plays soccer on Saturdays.
Okay, good job. Everyone look at this task. Task D. Now ask your partner, how often do they do these activities? Now work with your friend, okay? The one sitting next to you. Now you are going to ask and answer using these structures. For example, how often I asked, how often do you go shopping? When you answer,
I always go shopping.
okay, yes, I always go shopping, or you can use other efforts like usually, like never, rarely. Have 10 minutes to do this task. Okay, ask and answer with your friend. Do the same with these 3 activities. You too. Now, you will ask your friend how often, and you will answer.
How often do you have barbecue?
I rarely have barbecue.
One more question.
How often do you go shopping?
I always go shopping.
Okay,
On the weekend. That's good.
look at the summer. Okay, you see always. So you add a time phrase. Okay, these are time phrases. So I choose on Sunday. Okay, you add the time phrase at the end of the sentence. Here, add a time phrase. Look at the example. I usually play soccer on the weekends. So on the weekends is a time phrase. Look at these two sentences. You read the sentence.
I always play soccer.
I always play soccer. Always.
Always.
Okay. So you see always here. You have to add the time phrase on Saturdays at the end of the sentence when there's always. Okay. I always play soccer on Saturdays, not I always play soccer. Again, repeat. I always play soccer on Saturdays.
I always play soccer on Saturdays.
Okay, yeah. Remember to add a time phrase. Okay, it tells you the time when you do something. On Saturdays, on weekends at 6 o'clock, or anything that tells you the time. We are about to wrap up the lesson here. In this lesson, you learn how to say how often you do things.